Hey y'all, hey darlings, how are y'all? I know you miss me, your favorite goddess. So, fit check, fit check, fit check. You obviously gotta have on the big steppers at all times. Period, 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 period. Bum, 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 bum. Guys, so the channel almost at 50,000 views. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Keep running up the numbers. I appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. And I look great, don't I? A glowing goddess. Gorgeous goddess. So, today, I thought today we could talk about my name. Truthfully, I thought we could talk about why I call myself a goddess and where it came from. So, if you're a real fan, then you probably know this story. I think I've told it before. But if not, if you've never heard it, let's learn. You know what I'm saying? Let me teach you. Let me teach you, baby. No, I'm just playing. So my nickname is Fever. I also call myself a goddess. I like to be referred to as such, and it has much more meaning than just the words. So I thought, let's get into it, right? So, to give you the villain arc origin, I was an angry kid. I went through the system, and it was very hard for me. For lots of reasons. You know, you don't feel tied to any place. You don't have that kind of love and affection that you get from like a nurturing home environment. Shit just crazy. And then when you find out how you ended up in the system, it just hurtful. You know what I'm saying? That shit kind of stay with you. No matter what you do. It just, you know, it's always the thought. Like, damn, that's what happened. That's how I got here. And it's hurtful. So, needless to say, I walked around a lot with a chip on my shoulder, right? It wasn't intentional, but that still was the result. I was angry. I was poor also, obviously. So once I found out that we were from Atlanta, that's where we got taken into the system, it ultimately became my desire to try to find my people. So when I would run away, I would be in Atlanta. Now, just to show you how the universe works, my adopted family had a cousin in Atlanta that was on drugs. So once my adopted mother found out I was running away to Atlanta, she made a way for me to go stay with them. Now I'm thinking this is great. Perfect timing. I'm going to end up finding my people, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm in Atlanta. These people must, you know what I'm saying, know the neighborhood or whatever. I didn't realize at the time Atlanta was 26 million strong. And I wasn't going to find my people. And I also didn't know that her people were on drugs real bad. That's how I first found out about hard drugs. Watching them pass out with belts and all that shit. So it was never no food in the house. So, obviously, I'm a kid. I steal snacks. Now, there was a bodega down the street. The Asian people owned it. Mr. Chan and his wife. All the kids in the neighborhood that I knew, when they were stealing snacks, that's where they would go. So, one day, I go to get snacks. I'm trying to steal chocolate donuts. You dig? I love some chocolate donuts. And I get caught. And instead of just like reprimanding me or, you know, fussing at me or letting me go or whatever, Mr. Chan decided to make an example out of me and really put on a show in front of the whole store. Okay? Now that bothered me because who you flexing on, fronting on? Like, nigga, it's donuts. He ended up mushing the donuts all up. So I said to him, you might as well just let me have them. So then he says, you broke black bitch. And bro, that shit just, I don't know why, it just hit a motherfucking nerve. It just made me feel so motherfucking angry. I don't know. So I started fighting with Mr. Chan. And we fought. He's slamming me, I'm slamming him. We knocking down chips and cakes. I didn't know that the store aisles weren't attached to the float. So once we slammed into them, they sliding everywhere. We done about tore up most of the store and the products. But he won't turn me loose, and I ain't turning his ass loose. Because who you fronting on? Whatever, I see an opportunity. I see customers coming in. So I grab a whole rack, and I make a beeline for the dough. As I get to the dough, Mr. Chan grabs the rack. We tugging on the rack. Finally, I let go of the rack. He, boom, 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 falls. Boom, I grab the rack again. I'm outside with it. Nigga, I'm snatching snacks off that bitch, and I'm finna haul ass. And as soon as I do, I take about 3 good steps. I turn, I run right into one of the OGs from the neighborhood. He was big. His name was Big T. But, so T grabs me. He like, whoa, where you going, shawty? Just calm down, slow down. What's wrong? What you in a hurry for? I'm like, man, turn me loose. I'm cussing. I'm like, turn me the fuck loose. Mr. Chan coming, let me down, put me down. He didn't. He like, damn, shawty, you took Mr. Chan's shit. Calm down. What's wrong with you? He said, damn, you got such a bad temper. He was like, you a little fucking hothead, little feed. And I was like, little what? He was like, little fever. You got a fucking hothead. Now, he ended up paying Mr. Chan for the snacks, and he let me go. That motherfucking name stuck with me. Every day in the hood. What's up, Lil Fever? What's up, Lil Fever? What's up, Lil Fever? What's up, Lil Fever? I hated that shit. I hated that shit with a motherfucking passion. Who the fuck told y'all that was my name? And you know we in the South, so you know honey, sugar, darling, pumpkin, sweetie pie, cupcake. I was used to all that. I didn't like it, but it didn't bother me. But the ones that used to bother me was shawty, what's up, red, you know. So I used to try to avoid those. But now, Lil Fever, bruh, who the fuck? No, I didn't like it. It didn't change shit. The winos call me Lil Fever. The older people, Lil Fever. How you doing today, Lil Fever? I'm like, bruh, chill. So, it stuck. As I got older, and I took my step into the stage, you know what I'm saying? And you need a stage name for entertainment purposes only. So they asked me what I want to be called. You know, the list went through my mind, you know, Chardonnay, Mercedes, honey, cinnamon. But all those names was already on the list. So at that point, got to be more creative. I couldn't think of no name. The house mama, she says, what's your nickname? What do they call you? She was like, what, they call you Red or something? I was like, no, they actually call me Lil Fever. She was like, well, that's your name, Fever. So that name now becomes my stage name. So the name traveled with me. Then I got to be out of the strip club, and people would always tell me at the club, and even when I got out, like, you know, you're such a lady. So they say Lady Fever or Miss Fever, MS, Miss Fever. So I'm about 21, and I was really on my spiritual journey, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out, you know, what religion was the right one, and, you know, how much of this shit is true, how much of it just sounds good, you know what I'm saying. So I got real heavy into the spiritualists and, you know, connecting with the oldest religions. And around that time, I met a Haitian priestess. Well, I met her cousin first. He was a guy, and he said he does readings, but he's just getting started. So he told me, he said, you have a light and an energy that comes out of you. You're a goddess. So I'm like, I'm a goddess? Yeah, whatever. He says, no, for real. He says, I want you to meet my aunt. Or, yeah, he said aunt, but they was cousins or something like that. Whatever. So I go meet this beautiful Haitian priestess. And I wear my shades all the time. And when I walked into her home, she asked me to take my shoes off. Obviously, I took my shoes off. And I got ready to take my sunglasses off. And she said, no, no need. Your power won't be necessary here. Now I'm shocked because I'm like, power? What power? What are you talking about? She said, you know, your power. I had no idea what she was referring to. She said the energy that comes from you is goddess energy. So now I'm listening, heavy. And she said, the energy you have draws people to you. It's akin to Medusa. Now, I only at that point had heard the bad stories about Medusa, right? So I didn't like that. I didn't really know what that meant. She gave me a reading, and I'll never share some of the things she said to me in that reading because they just real personal. But she did tell me to take the time to understand and grow my energy. So obviously she mentioned Medusa. I did a deep dive on Medusa. And then I did a deep dive on the difference between someone called, like, what does the word queen mean? It's actually an English term for a whore. Because the kings wanted to have multiple queens. So, the next whore. But when they say you're a goddess, or you're a god, a demigod, whatever you want to say, it truly means that the power of the universe is within you. That if we are made in our Creator's image, we all have a piece of, the story of Hercules, half God, half mortal. We all have a piece of God and goddess energy in us. Now, everyone doesn't tap in. Everyone doesn't grow it. Everyone doesn't live in it. Everyone doesn't believe it. And that's fine. But when you do, and when you begin to understand and absorb it, it changes things for you. And I'll say that because once I really absorbed what she said, I did my research, and then I started trying to figure out how to grow it. How do I grow this thing? If you say I have it that I didn't even know I had, how do I grow it? And I grew it by embracing that people are drawn to me even when I don't want them to be. And instead of meeting that energy with negativity, being positive, giving out a compliment, giving out a piece of advice, giving out a hug or a smile or a helping hand because you were drawn to me for some purpose. So it's going to be a purpose of light and love. And I'm going to try to spread that. And once I really poured into that, trying to make sure that I embrace people with light and love, that I really take the time to try to be dependable and accountable and truthful, that I just noticed that I felt more strong. I felt more in my divine energy. And then I understood, because there are times, many times, where I do not have that energy. I'm sad. I am broken. It's a bad day for me. But almost immediately when someone has been drawn to me, right? They call me, they text me, they approach me in public. I give out light and love because it just comes from me within. I don't have to have it for myself to be able to thusly share it. I don't have to be in a bright, sunshiny place to give someone light. I can still do it if my light is dim. So, once I started telling people, don't call me queen, call me goddess. People say goddess fever, Miss Fever the goddess, whatever, just goddess. I'm a Bender's goddess though. Just know that. Bender's goddess. That's what you see before you. Full of sunshine. A sunshine goddess, full of light and love. Like, that is who I am. That is my power. So when she told me that I didn't need it, what she meant was I didn't need to draw her to me. She was going to read me and tell me about myself, and I didn't need to use my energy on her. I didn't need to use my power on her. And sometimes it scares me, right? Because people notice me, remember me, and I don't be done paid attention. Not trying to be disrespectful, but especially like I worked in the public for so long and customer service for so long, I can't remember everybody. I might remember your face, I might remember your name, but shit, it's a lot of people. But they notice you. They remember you. Me, anyways. And even when I try to go places and be unseen, be unheard, no one speak to me, no one notice me. It never happens. It's going to be a female that's going to tell me she likes my hair, or she likes my shoes. It's going to be a guy that says, oh, I love the natural, or what. Like, I don't care what it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody trying to holler at me. It can just be someone's going to interact with me, period, no matter what. I don't know if it's because I'm from the South and I just give off this friendly vibe. I don't know if it's because of just my energy. I don't know. I would say, oh, it's because I'm so beautiful, but I don't think it's that, because the energy that I have isn't based on my beauty. It is based on I'm not a product of the things I've been through, because I've been through a lot. The energy that I have that I'm able to share with people, the light, the love, came from understanding every bad thing I've been through is somebody been through worse. Every hardship I went through, somebody else already went through it and won. Somebody else went through it and lost now too. So pay attention to both. The light and energy and love that I'm able to share isn't because, oh, I think I'm that chick, or, oh, I think I'm better than someone else. It is simply because I understand that even when I didn't understand what was happening to me, when I look back, it served a purpose. When I came through the storm, I could see how it built me, how it helped me, how it blessed me, how it grew me. So my light and my love and my energy don't come from my outside, or because how much money I got, or, how many followers I have, or who speaks to me. It's none of that. It's because you can choose to be a product of your environment or be better. My environment sucked. At every turn, I was thrown down. I was kicked. I was punched. I was beat up. I was discouraged. I was told it'll never be. You'll never be. It'll never fucking happen. Whatever you hoping for, you ain't that. It ain't that. Oh yeah, you could try to do this. You could try to do that, but you still gonna be same old chick from where you came from. There was a time I never thought I would leave Atlanta, but I did. Growing up and in my young adulthood, everything was a fight. You gotta grind, you gotta go hard to get that shit. So there was a time I thought, I'll never be out to struggle. I'll never make it where I don't gotta fight and rah to get my shit and to press my issue and to move myself and move the kids through the world. I'll always have to do that. But then I didn't. And I had to learn how to not be aggressive so much and not be all about the fight and the grind, how to be about the moments and the love and the time spent and the journeys and the experiences and elevating yourself to have new hobbies and new desires and new dreams. And it just always makes me humble that every time I looked at the situation I was in, the odds stacked against me, or whatever, some way, some divine power allowed me to not only see my way through, but in my worst times, I helped other people. Whether it was just a hug, or just a smile, or just give them $2 at the register because they short, or catch a motherfucker and give them a ride. You see them walk with their grocery bags. Any little shit. I never did shit because I needed nobody to recognize, because I don't give a fuck. I don't never need nobody to say like, oh, I know she was a good chick, or I know she did good for people. Cool. You could think I did bad shit my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not for me to make your opinion of me. It's for me to do me. It's for me to live my life and walk my truth. And I hear it too often from people like, bruh, you be there for me, bruh. When I was weak, you were strong. And I be telling them like, I don't know how, because, bruh, I don't have it. I don't know how you say I helped you because I feel fucked up. I don't know how you say I gave you strength when I feel like I need help getting my strength. But I hear it all the fucking time. And that's how I know that it isn't because of me. It is my divine energy. It is my goddess bright. It is my goddess power. I am a sunshine goddess. I am going to sprinkle light and love in your life without even knowing that I'm doing it. Because I do take the time to grow that energy, because I do take the time to pour into it, to spread what I know. That's the whole purpose of the podcast. I ain't telling nobody to be me. I'm telling you what I did, what I went through. I'm telling you some of the shared experiences I think we all might have. The life lessons that hurt, but elevated us. I'm telling you, this just one chick from the west side of Atlanta. I'm just telling you my story. Be better than me. Tell somebody else what you went through so they can be better than you. Show somebody the mistakes that you made so that they don't ever have to make them. Each one, reach one, teach one. That's the point. I don't have to have the same story as everybody else or the same path or even the same fucking result. But for me to have not died in the streets, to have not got sentenced my life away behind them walls, to have been able to watch children grow up, different stages in life, different stages of growth, not make some of the same fuck ups with my children that happened to me in my childhood, the new children that we have entered into our family and more to come, the new journeys, the new adventures. Like I say it all the time, it always seems like I end up reinventing myself because once I start on something new and now, you're putting your effort and your time into this thing, now all of a sudden you rebranded yourself. Like your focus ain't that no more. It's this, and this the motion that we got, and this the path we on. So I feel so fortunate to have grown along the way. And my name grew with me, right? You know what I'm saying? From Little Fever, excuse me, to Lil Fee, to Fee, to Fever, to Miss Fever, to Lady Fever, to Goddess Fever. Like, it's so interesting because I think that's life. Where you start and where you finish. You gonna still have pieces of you and your core and your foundation and who built you and what made you when you get there. But ultimately, you changed. You grew. You fucked up. You built back. You know what I'm saying? You tried and that shit didn't work, so you tried something else and that shit did work. Like, it is okay that even when I don't understand how I'm able to be light and love to somebody, that I still am. And I appreciate that so much. The things I have gone through did not make me a negative, sour person. It made me angry for a long time. It made me hella aggressive. That's the truth. It made me untrusting. It gave me a real bad anxiety disorder. Real bad. Real fucking bad. PTSD is a motherfucker. But it also gave me new opportunities, new paths, new people in my life to love, new children, you know what I'm saying? New locations, new journeys, new beginnings every time. And I felt myself and my energy grow bigger and bigger and bigger, that I could love more people, that I could help more people, that I could embrace and find a way to share my light and love and energy with more people. And ultimately, that's why I ended up doing the podcast, because I might can't have a conversation in person with everybody. But shit, I could talk to you now. You know what I'm saying? We can have a conversation now, and maybe it teach you something. Maybe it help you speak to somebody in your life that, might think this the end all be all. Because it ain't. If you woke up today, you had the opportunity. You still gonna be you. So you still gonna carry your name with you. And that also means you might carry your bad with you. If people know, you think people haven't always said to me real foul shit? They do. They do. They say the meanest shit to me. But also, who are you? You're allowed to have your opinion. It don't mean I gotta agree. It don't mean I gotta co-sign that shit. It means that's your opinion. It means if I don't have a good opinion of you, don't try to change mine either. Shit, it is what it is. But the enlightened person, the growing person, the elevating person understands that an opinion should and could be changed. If you base your opinion off first interactions or, first meetings, first looks, whatever, first conversation, and then you get to know some other part of this person or some other part of this job over time, your opinion should change. It should either confirm your opinion or give you a different perspective. You should not be so set in stone. Like, this is what I first thought, so this is what it is. No, it ain't. Because you could assume wrong. That person might have been having a fucked up day. The job might have looked easy and it's hard. The job might have looked hard and it's easy. Whatever. But ultimately, your opinion is allowed to be changed over time because you get better information, you get better facts, so you get a better perspective. Well, they say blissfully unaware. When you know better, you do better. So once you know more, knowledge is power. You should have a better opinion. And I think that's what makes me so humble and so grateful, even when every fucking thing is hard. I mean everything. Nigga, from paying bills, conversations with teenagers, conversations with your husband and wife, conversations with your friends, whatever, nigga, life, medical issues, I don't give a fuck. When everything is hard, if you take the time to remove yourself from, okay, I'm the center of my motherfucking world because it's me, it's big me, it's big me. But truthfully, you're this small person in this great big bubble. Your family, your community, your workforce, you're a small part of it. And everybody got hardships. Everybody got pain. Everybody got struggles. Everybody got lessons to learn, fumbles to make, successes and wins to achieve. Everybody got to go through their shit. But if you understand that somebody else might not be in the same path as you, they might not be at the same place. They haven't elevated enough. They haven't grown enough. They ain't took the time enough. Okay, you got to let them do that. You got to let them grow. And part of their growth might be you telling them, hey, I was there. I fucked up like that. I did that. That shit fucked me. This what I learned from it. Because sharing that wisdom, sharing that pain, sharing that information, truthfully, it only helps that person. Now, if they don't absorb it, that's fine. You can't make them absorb it. But maybe they'll be having coffee or a sandwich a year, 3 years, 10 years later, and that shit will pop back up in their head like, they told me. And this is what they learned. And this is what I need to learn. And it will help you. It will help someone. I just don't believe that people going through their struggles and going through life and whatever adversities it holds, just holding that shit to yourself. And I got to put on a brave face for everybody. And I got to make it seem like I'm that nigga all the time. And I got this, that, and the third. And I'm that chick. And I got all the purses. And I got all the shoes. And I got this and this and this. And I get flued out. And yeah, niggas is, I got a perfect credit score. And I got all the money in the world. And my stroke, like, what are we doing? Bro, we're all human beings. We are all here literally on the same challenge, life. And all the shit life hold. From childhood to adolescence to teenager to young adult to grown up to old motherfucker, hopefully, if you make it. We all on this fucking same playing board. We all playing life. So some people will never get it. Some people will never take the time to do the reflection, to tap into themselves, to better themselves, to hold themselves accountable, and to move accordingly. They just won't. You can't make them? Fine. But for those that do, I notice those seem to be some of the happiest people, the most well-rounded people, the most genuine people, because they've taken the time to understand that this is where I was, this is the bullshit I did, and this is where I was at for a time, and now this is where I'm at now. This is where I hope to go. Like, they are aware that their path in life was not perfect. They are aware that they fumbled, they made mistakes, they had to do shit over 100 times, but it never stopped them from the constant growth. And I love that over the years my name has changed. And like even now, sometimes people don't even call me Fever, they just call me Goddess. Another evolution. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate so much that as I have grown, as I continue to grow, even in my hardest times, I still be able to find light to give to other people without my knowledge. And through this hard time, the ability to allow other people to share their light with me, I think that's a new thing for me, because I never have really been able to be receptive of that kind of love and energy back from people. I could give it, but I couldn't receive it back. And being able to, like, during this time where I couldn't find my light and I felt so dim and I felt so hurt and I felt so lost, that other people could give me that love and that compliment and that hug or that smile or that affirmation or, you know, whatever, do something nice for me. Like, I mean, so much shit I could just name, like cooking food or a nail shop trip, like whatever. And it filled me, and it helped my light grow a little, and it helped me not feel so down and dark. And I'm so grateful for that, because I couldn't do it before. And now in this hard time, I have found that I can accept people's light and love and allow it to grow my light. And that makes me excited, because I'm like, when I'm not in a super hurt place, that means my light must be gonna grow super big. Because if I'm able to give my light big and bright and bold and warm you and love you and embrace you, then if you're pouring light and energy into me, it's gonna, what, Super Saiyan mode? Don't play with me. So it makes me so excited, because that's another part of my growth, and I needed it, and I didn't even know it was something I was gonna need. And I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful for everybody that has shared their light and love with me. I'm grateful for everybody that wiped a tear from my face or prayed with me. I'm grateful for everybody that took the time to share some energy with me when I really needed it and didn't even know that I needed it. And I can only say that as I continue to evolve and grow, who knows what they're going to call me. You know what I'm saying? We got big kids now, you know what I'm saying? So as they move on to their next journey of life, like, maybe I'll be Gigi Fever and Papa Aaron. When our kids start having children, hell yeah. But they ain't gonna have none right now, because they got to get fucking through college and on up out and do what the hell they supposed to be doing. So ain't no grandbabies no time soon. We gonna have a baby. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows what I'm sorry, y'all. I got distracted. Who knows what the future evolution of me or my name will be like through this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what my evolution will be. I hope to publish a book here soon, a short story. So who knows what that evolution, you know what I'm saying, evolution will be, you know. I'm excited. But you know, it's the goddess you love, Bender's goddess, Miss Fever, the goddess. And I'm appreciative. Always appreciative, because I notice that when I don't take the time to appreciate the people and the things that I already have in my life, fuck what I'm trying to have, fuck where I hope to be, fuck, you know what I'm saying, fuck tomorrow, appreciate today, because it ain't promised to no fucking body. And I do want to take the time to appreciate everything and everybody in my life. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. You know who you are. I would name all y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I love y'all. I love all of our children. I love all of our family. I love all of our friends. I love the network of people that we have in our life that have been there through thick and thin, some from way back, some from just a few years. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love my husband. I love him. I appreciate you, Papa, and you know that, and I hope you do. And if you needed a reminder, this is it. I love and appreciate you. I appreciate the family that I got from my husband. I appreciate the friends that I got from my husband. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the fans. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the support. I'm grateful for today. I hope to see a lot of tomorrows. And let's see how I evolve and change and grow, and what the evolution and what I'll be called next. You know what I'm saying? I do love being called mom. You know what I'm saying? I love being called a wife. Mrs. Benders, I love that shit. I love being called a good friend. I love being called a goddess. I love those titles that have been given to me, um, not of my own. Somebody gave them to me, and they stuck. From Viva all the way to goddess, mom, wife, good friend. Those are titles people gave me, and they stuck with me because they're true, and they're meaningful to me, and I appreciate that too. So whatever I'm called, you know what I'm saying, what they say, just don't call me late for dinner. I'm cool, call me whatever, you know what I'm saying, as long as you fuck with the vibe, fuck with the motion. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. What was your nicknames when you was a kid? What they used to call you? What they call you now? Did you stick with it? Did you let it go? What's the nickname you wish you had? Drop them down below. I know in the South we get some crazy nicknames, so I'm definitely excited to see what these nicknames is. But let me know, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I love you guys. I fucks with those who fucks with me. You fucking with a real one. Thank you. Bye, darlings.